Follow me and ponder the question, what if?
Yo, what is up? What is up? I think we lost somebody. Looks like we lost Danny for a second.
Danny.
All right. I guess he got kicked out for a minute. It's all good. What's up, guys? Welcome another episode.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait. Before you go any further, what the hell is this? It was Chris thing.
Who was late? Who was late?
No. I'm not the only person who's late. I am a person who's late.
Yeah, Carlos was late too, but you guys were the last one. You were the last one, so I just blamed you, you know?
I'm used to it. I'll take the blame. Why not? Screw it, right?
It's all good. It's all good. What's up, guys? Like I said, another episode of the Roundtable for episode 3. Glad you guys could make it. We're going to go around the panel because we have a new guest in the house today. So I'll let you guys talk about your channels. Chris Knight, you are up first, my friend.
Yeah, The Real Review 3000 is my channel. Chaos Central, other things like that. Just all sorts of, I don't know, pop culture, gaming, music reviews, all sorts of crazy stuff. Check me out. If you guys have Twitch, by all means, go over to Twitch. Trying to get to 50 followers from 18 away. Help me out there, please. But thank you for having me on, as usual.
No problem. Put your link in the chat, Chris. Put your Twitch link in the chat. 32. Talk to the people, sir. Tell them about your channel.
Hello, everyone. Some of you know me, and some of you don't know me. I'm Nick Weiser at 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. I do Toxic Tuesday, where we talk action movies, and then I have Friday Night Comic Shop Talk. And sometimes I talk about foods of the world, from pizza to chicken sandwiches to metal like Motorhead. Absolutely. Thank you for inviting me on, by the way. I appreciate it. I haven't seen you all, so I look forward to having this talk.
Wow, man, glad you could make it. Absolutely. LDG is back. LDG, talk to the people.
Looking a little ill there, LDG. Did the vaccine... some kind of
vaccine did him in.
Vaccine's knocking the shit out of me right now.
So,
oh my god!
Your doctor. That was sarcasm. YouTube. It was a joke.
It was a joke.
Don't hurt Onzo's channel, please.
Yeah, please don't.
Nanotech.
What's up?
I was wondering if I made a video explaining what the second shot did to me. Would I get struck? You know. What's going on, guys? LDG of Geeks Enjoy here. Chilling. Sorry, I'm not 100%, but I'm not going to miss this because it's the first episode that actually I enjoyed, if not for all the reasons you think. Let's do it.
All right, glad you can make it, man. And if you start to get feeling away, man, you could just pop off, no problem. It's all good. Next up is my homeboy Yellow Does It. What's up, Yellow?
Yeah. Yellow Does It, fam. I'm in the building.
There you go.
Put a beat on, yo.
Yeah, I wish I could. Comics division. What's up, man? It's been a while. Glad you can make it.
I know, man. Sorry I couldn't make the first two, but here I am now.
It's quite all right. Quite all right. Can't wait to hear what you got to say about this one, though.
You might actually be surprised.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So you guys know how we do it. We're going to give our first impressions. Hopefully Dyne can get back in there as soon as possible. And Lunga and Nindroid's missing, but if they pop up, they pop up. But, show must go on. So we're going to give our first impressions. Chris Knight, what is your first impressions of episode 3?
This one felt like a what if. It literally was the closest thing so far I thought we got to a real what if. It had a very good beginning, had a very good and almost definite ending. It was encapsulated within itself. Literally, that's what I've been saying this whole time, is that it needed something like this, and I think they did a very good job with this one. So yeah, it's my first impressions.
Cool. LDG, first impressions of this episode.
I'd have to agree with Chris for once. It might
happens every once in a while.
Totally feel like a what if, but it was the closest one. It was the first one that didn't pander to some kind of JW agenda. So I appreciate that. It didn't put anybody on a pedestal and make them superly overpowered and unbelievable. I liked the angle, how it was the first one where you just knew it wasn't going to end well, right? You weren't on a yellow brick road to perfection. You knew some shit was going to happen, and shit happened. So, very good.
All right. 32 flavors. What did you think?
Believe it or not, I love the concept, but overall how it played out, I was not a fan.
Oh, okay.
Not a fan. Love the concept. I like the idea. I will give credit where it's due that it did feel like a what if story one shot with a beginning and ending. And yeah, it wasn't filled with, all that stuff we like to say of the word agenda. But at the end of the day, I still gotta enjoy it. So even if it's kind of like the whole, no matter how much you try to polish a turd, well, you know the rest.
Just because you pour syrup on shit that don't make it pancakes. I feel you.
Yes.
Yellow does it. Your first impressions of this episode.
So I opened up this episode like last week. You guys, you really dropped the ball. You disappointed me. I didn't like what it was doing. However, I ended that, you know what I mean? Knowing that going into this episode, they're probably going to get back on track. And my faith was obviously rewarded. They got right back on track. I really liked the first episode. I did not like the second episode. I really, really like this episode very much. Like they set it off early. I really appreciated it, man. Yeah, I like everything about it. Well, cool. I like that they did a good enough job for me to then criticize what they were trying to do as opposed to everything that they failed. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll get into it later.
We'll get into that stuff later. Comics, what about you?
I found it to be a competent piece of storytelling.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not perfect. There's definitely flaws to it, but overall, it's as close to a what if story that I've seen coming out of this TV series. And again, there's stuff I'll gripe about in a bit once we get to the gripe section. But overall, it didn't pander. It actually tried to tell a story, and I felt it was pretty successful at doing so.
Damn! Wow! I think out of all the roundtables, it's the one positive we got from an episode with comics. Wow!
Oh no, he's been positive
when you're actually trying to be competent and tell a story. I mean, that's what's about, right? I mean,
I think of the whatever the 16, 17, 18, 20, whatever we got of the Mandalorian. He liked like 2 or whatever. No. I want to know why you weren't on here with me the past 2 weeks complaining about the what we got the last 2 weeks.
Oh, dude, I would have loved to be there to destroy those first 2 episodes. I
know. But no, I mean,
no, man, it's good. It's good. Looks like we're gonna have pretty positive. I know we're gonna all have issues because we all had some issues with it, of course. I thought it was a really good episode. It's the best one so far that I've seen, and it wasn't one of the ones where it's like, oh no, they just took T'Challa and made him Star-Lord, or they just took Peggy Carter and made her Captain America. Like they did something totally different. It was like a murder mystery episode, which I really enjoyed. And I'll get to what I didn't like about the episodes, of course. But yeah, like I said, it was very good, man. I thought it was the best one so far.
That wasn't hard, unfortunately.
I like the first 2. I like the first 2 comics. I know even these guys, like when we did the panel for the T'Challa, like there was a lot that didn't like it. I think me, Danny, and Ninjas were the only ones that were like, yeah, we liked it. Everyone was either they didn't or it was okay. But I mean, when it came to beating the other 2 episodes, this hands down was the one that did it. It made sense. It felt like a what if episode, to be honest with you, because like you guys said, and I understand after watching this one why you guys could say, well, they're not really what ifs, they're just changing a character and making them someone else, right? But this one felt like it was like a what if, no world heroes. So I enjoyed that about this episode. So we'll get into what we actually liked about this episode. Chris Knight, what were your positives?
Again, I do have a thing with this animation that they're doing. I don't know. It's not the greatest. I'm not saying it is. I just like the way it presents itself on screen biggest thing I liked about this is as much as so I think I'm trying to remember how far or how he jumped. Okay.
He yeeted himself.
I know. I don't know how long it was until I saw the first Marvel movie, but I had waited a long time, and then like a few years ago, I just said, screw it. I went to a website. I said, okay, I want to watch these chronologically. How do I watch them? And as I was reading into it, I found out that Iron Man 2, Thor, and the Incredible Hulk, they all did take place relatively quick to each other. So I kind of liked how in this, they took the small snippets and they kind of showed how that does play out. It's like, I mean, I don't know if it was 3 days or whatever actually in universe time, but I did like how that played out on this. And again, I liked how they didn't focus completely on that story. In the first two, it was like, here, we're going to just tell you a retelling of the whole story that you already know and just basically change out the character. That's all we're going to really do.
Right.
And I know it wasn't completely like that, but that's how I felt. In this one, it's like, we're going to show you only the relevant stuff. And it was kind of like, okay, so I get that they're killing off the main, like the big named superheroes, but it was really at the end, I was like, okay, I didn't see that coming. But when you think back on it, it makes sense. It's like, so it all worked really well within itself. Like comics said, it was competent storytelling. What needed to be shown was shown. When you look back on it, there was enough there that you're like, okay, this makes some sense. I mean, it wasn't like just, oh, okay, they just wrote it like that because that's what they wanted to do. It actually works within itself, and that's really important. You know, I like the fact that the ones they chose to kill off. I mean, they could have gone for like some other ones and done it a little differently. They didn't have to kill off Iron Man necessarily, but they did. They didn't have to kill off Black Widow because this is when we all liked Black Widow a lot still. They did all that. I thought it was interesting the way that they did the Hulk, and then that they did go back and change it out for Mark Ruffalo. That was an artistic decision. They could have called Ed Norton back. They could have, but I doubt he would have come back. But I like the fact that we saw, okay, here's Mark Ruffalo playing a part that he never did play. He didn't play that part. So I liked that. That was a nice style change. And again, like I said, the whole whodunit aspect to this, it just felt like What If. I'm not going to say it was exactly like a What If, but it felt more like it than the other one. So there you go.
Absolutely. Comics, positives.
I think the opening was executed very well with the death of Tony Stark. And I also like the fact that you get to see Black Widow kind of being a spy and going and investigating and, you know, being undercover, much kind of like what we saw in Winter Soldier. So I thought that was pretty cool. Trying to think what else. The one that kind of got me was I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on, and it wasn't until the very end when they revealed when she said hope. It's all about hope. I was like, okay, this has something to do with Ant-Man. And I thought it was interesting to actually see Hank Pym being Yellow Jacket instead of Ant-Man, and what kind of drove him to be a killer rather than a hero. So I thought that was executed very well.
Absolutely. Danny, we're going to shout out your channel, first impressions, and then your positives. Go ahead, sir.
Comment chat, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Care that conversation. Catch me on Anzo's channel as well as Chris Nights. And of course, here on Sunday nights, Roundtable. Overall, I thought the show was good. I think to me, it was the best out of the three on the world without the mightiest heroes. I agree with the back end of what I heard. Comment chat said I didn't even have a clue it was going to be Hank Pym to the end when they revealed him. And it was cool. He took on that persona, trying to figure out what exactly was doing that shit. For us killing the unkillable like the Hulk. I'm like, what? Who in the hell that could be? So I think they executed well. In the end, I like how you think he's talking to Captain America, but he's actually talking to Captain Marvel. So I'm not mad at this. The episode's okay.
All right. And what were your positives? Was that your positives or your original take?
Yeah, I did kind of do that into. I like the way. I don't think the person that voiced Black Widow, that wasn't Scarlett Johansson, was it?
No, it was a different
No,
actor.
yeah, it was a different. I had to check it out too. I was like, is that her?
Yeah,
Totally different voice.
Everybody else was original, the original character. So I mean, I like that. I like how they took parts of like the Incredible Hulk movie, him in the tube and stuff. Then they took Iron Man, of course, sitting in the donut. Then Thor inside the place with the hammer. So the different things that we already saw, like we kind of incorporate them in there. And I know other people was complaining about how the first episode kind of was a repeat of Captain America's story. Just kind of just showed glimpses of it. So I like how they did that.
Yeah, me too. Next up, LDG positives. Let's hear it.
Excuse me. I guess one of the best parts was watching Stay Puff explode. Haven't seen that since Ghostbusters. That was cool. It was just green. I enjoyed how, like I said, they didn't just virtue signal or give some kind of JW Mary Sue this episode. It really was just like I wouldn't say like a whodunit per se. It wasn't like playing Clue, like whodunit, like your average whodunit. But you know, there was somebody killing people. So I enjoyed that. I like how they crossed the line. Hank Pym, that was awesome. How he was Yellow Jacket, totally enjoyed that. I did enjoy, even though they're, you know, you don't even know anymore because they say that Coulson and that whole series was not canon, whatever. But then you see Coulson back, so it was good to hear Coulson's voice. They got his animation wrong, but at least his voice, you know, it's good to hear his voice. Nick Fury is another one. Got to hear Nick Fury talking, and he was just as good as ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just didn't skip the beat whatsoever. As if no time has passed. That was awesome. Loki, so he sounded a little different, but I guess he was playing a different role. I enjoyed hearing him in this episode, and yeah, Stay Puff. That's it.
All right. Next up, Yellow Does It. What did you like about the episode, brother?
I mean, anything that everybody's been talking about up until this point, really, I, for the most part, agree with and liked. The whodunit. Well, we'll get into it, but for the most part, I liked everything that everybody said, except for the weird JW thing. That's like LDG. You gotta relax, fam. You know, take your blood pressure medication. You feel what I'm saying? But what nobody seemed to point out though was the I think the moment in the episode that kind of drew everybody in. Now tell me if I'm wrong, folks, but I think that's why they released it as a clip before the episode dropped. When Black Widow was in the back of that van, Ip Man and the whole crew, bro. Like I was all in. She was busting all of them big ass dudes down like they was chumpish, and I really appreciated that energy. You feel what I'm saying? Like I really enjoyed that. So I was sold from that moment forward. I was like, all right, well, this is what we're doing then. Let's go. I was all in.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too, man.
Yeah, she's punching them stuff like fucking Rocky punching that state.
Yo, busting them down, bro. Speed back.
Now, I will say this. Yeah, that was an awesome scene. But that's what I expect from Black Widow. That's just what Black Widow does. So I mean, it didn't necessarily stand. It didn't stand out for me though, because I expect that from her. I mean, I liked it. I'm not saying I didn't like that. I just said that's why I don't think I highlight that, is because I expect that from her character.
I get you. 32. You're up.
She was in hyper. She was in mode in that cartoon, bro.
All right.
Yeah, she was.
All right. So what I liked the story idea. As I said earlier, I think that's a great concept. It's something that I could see in a book that actually defines the idea of what if is. And like some of the guys said, you know, with the voice acting, it was like some of them never stopped. So I do respect that they try to actually get as many people from the movies as possible. I do respect that, because I know usually when there's less money involved, or if it's a TV show, especially with a lot less stuff involved, I do respect them trying to, you know, do some stuff to make it I guess maybe competent episode. So I do respect, and I actually don't mind the animation. Cell Shade's not my favorite, but it's watchable, and there's some parts where the colors do look cool. It's like some blend of 3 and 2D, so blended together. So I could get with that.
Completely understandable. Me, I liked a lot of this episode. I liked the fact that they took the Hulk scene from the Incredible Hulk and they did that scene in there. I was like, yo, this shit is fire because they don't usually tie that movie in. We all know it's part of the MCU, right? But they don't usually talk about that movie. So the fact that they showed that scene for me, I was like, absolutely great. And then when you were getting to see, the Tony Stark at the beginning where he's in the donut, which is from Iron Man 2. Yep. And they took a lot of scenes from the movie, the Thor part 2. I was just like, okay, I like the way they're actually doing this, They're giving the key moments to where they could show that these guys could die. And then the reveal at the end, because honestly, I had no idea. I was like, who's doing it? Like, I had no idea. And then when you see Hank Pym and he's in the yellow jacket suit, I was like, this makes sense, right? And even to Comics point, when they were like, Hope, I was like, Hope. For some reason, I was like, why the fuck? I know the name.
The characters.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. Oh, yeah, Van Dyne.
Me too. I was like, Hope. What? Like, what? I'm like, who's Hope, right? And then I'm like, okay, I get it now. So when they figured it out, and then Loki coming in was a badass because Loki, it looked like he was becoming the king of Asgard at this point, and he was just like, we're coming here to avenge my brother's death. You guys killed my brother and all that shit, and then Fury's like, listen, we're gonna find out who the killer is. And then that battle at the end with Yellow Jacket and Loki, and Loki's just disappearing. You could see like he was no match for Loki whatsoever. And I was like, yo, this shit is fire. Again, animation. I love the animation. I really do enjoy it. I think it's done well done. I love the voice acting too, like you guys said, man. Hearing Samuel Jackson again, you know what I mean? And hearing all these characters again, it was like, okay, this is dope, man. This is the one episode that I could say it's like it was totally different. Like I said, you weren't getting just a rehash of something else. They went all out, and I thought it was really great, man. I thought they did an excellent job on this episode, and I can't wait. I still can't wait for the zombie episode. When they hit Tony Stark's and he died, I was like, oh, yes, this is the zombie episode. I thought he was going to come back as a zombie, right? And then start biting the heroes and we get the zombie episode. But the way they did it in the murder mystery kind of thing, I really enjoyed that, man. And it shows that they're probably going to try other stuff in the later episodes. Like the zombie one looks more like it's going to be like a horror type episode. So I'm like, I'm good. The only thing is I'm curious now that's getting me is like, are these episodes connected like they say they are? Because it just doesn't feel like anything is connected anymore. So I don't know how they're going to do that. If they plan to do the multiverse, the Guardians of the Multiverse, I'm curious to know how they're going to do that. So I'm still interested in these episodes, man. I'm like, it's going good. It's going good. So we'll get into our dislikes now. And show is going by pretty fast, so that's good. Boxing matches coming up later on tonight, guys. We got Jake Paul versus.
Don't call it a boxing match. It is such
massacre. I think it's probably a better way of describing it.
You guys think so? I don't know, man. I don't know.
I've never
Who's he going up against in this one?
Jake Paul's going up against Tyrone Woodley, who, from what I hear, is an MMA fighter. So I don't know.
I mean, Jake eventually is just going to.
No, I said I'm going to stick with my previous statement. It's going to be a massacre then.
One of these times, Jake's going to pick the wrong guy. I mean, it's all been puff fights for him for the most part. And
I agree.
Whatever.
Yep. So we'll get into our dislikes of this episode, and we'll start off with 32. What are your dislikes for this episode, man?
Agent Coulson early on when he fanboyed over Thor was really weird. I thought that was, I mean, I knew he was a big fanboy over Captain America, but it definitely felt out of place how he was fanboying over Thor. It wasn't necessarily bad or terrible. It just felt very out of place. Also, I can't buy into the concept of Hank Pym getting all this damage done against all these heroes. I actually would buy it more if Black Widow did, because she's a spy. I'm not sold on Hank Pym doing all this. I get it, he's got the Pym particles and the nanotech, but he's not this competent of a dude to get this work done. I'd say once again, I could see Natasha getting this done. If she is one doing the deed, getting them all killed, I'd say she'd have a better chance. I'm not sold on Hank Pym, so that definitely was what really killed what I thought was a great concept, having it be Hank Pym.
Got you. Anything else, or that's the main issue?
Yeah, that one hurt for me a lot.
All right, Yellow does it. What about you?
That should sound like nonsense, bro.
Nope,
Hank
that's where I
Pym get
stand
busy.
by.
You've been ducking S.H.I.E.L.D. for decades, like training Hope to be bad as shit. Hank Pym get busy, and he's fucking nuts. And that's one of the things I really liked about this episode too. But as far as not liking it, the whodunit is terribly executed. They fucked it up. Any successful, or should I say, good murder mystery, you met the murderer. You know who they like. You get some hints to who did it. That way, when they reveal it at the end, you're like, of course it was this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Or you're like, it was him. That's crazy. Not who's this random dude that they didn't even mention his motivation or anything through the whole like episode. We don't know that we don't get anything until Widow's on that computer and Janet Van Dyne's face shows up. Oh, what the hell was she doing? She'd been dead for 30 years. How's she accessing the computer? And then Hank shows up and beats her up. We don't see him until later, but like then she's all like, Hope, it's all about Hope. In the first act of that episode, there should have been some mention of Hope dying. That's it. Like a gravestone, anything. Something that would like
make
you tie
connect
together at the end. That's a flaw in the whodunit. But I really like what they were doing. Had they had that, this would have been a perfect episode. But that is a fatal flaw that kind of drags down, because it felt like such a left field thing. Like, of course it was small. It looked like something shot out of this needle. Of course it was him. They did, but that's really it. Like that's the only hint that you get that it was something small involved, right? Who's gonna imagine that Ant-Man just happened to flick Hawkeye's finger and he accidentally released the arrow that kills Thor? Like that's a ridiculous. You have to introduce that some way before these things happen, or at least during, somewhere in there, some kind of conversation or something that should have happened, right?
You see, Yellow, I feel like that would have helped.
Did you watch WandaVision? This is what they do.
There we
They
go.
don't have to give
You're
fucking
wrong.
shit.
You're wrong.
They leave
WandaVision, and I'm
suspense.
glad you said
They don't
WandaVision.
tell you
Go ahead,
nothing,
go ahead.
and then
Let me
out of
let you be wrong
nowhere,
first.
boom, they hit you with what actually going on in like episode 9. There's
That's
no
completely
yellow brick
wrong.
road.
That's a complete falsification and misunderstanding of the show WandaVision. Now I understand why you hate it so much. The first person they introduce is Wanda. She's obviously responsible for everything. The first person they introduce who could be responsible for it is fucking Agnes, and she's obviously has a hand in shit that's going on too. Like that's WandaVision did a good job with the whodunit, as opposed to this where it was like, and Film Leader says it was some Scooby-Doo shit. In Scooby-Doo, you always meet the dude who did it. Like you always meet. He's like the second dude in the episode that you meet. He's every single time. And as ridiculous as Scooby-Doo is, that's how it works. You feel what I'm saying? To have somebody come out of left field, it was really jarring for me. As much as I enjoy the fact that it makes sense because I understand the rest of Marvel lore, Hank Pym is a fucking psycho. He goes crazy and fucks people up all the time in the comic books. He's done it in a couple of different like shows and shit like that. So like it's time for Hank Pym to really like it makes sense. When I saw the Yellow Jacket, I was like, okay, this is where Hank Pym went crazy. Why did he go crazy? Hope's obviously dead, right? But like you need to set that up before we get there. It really took the air out of the sails, so to speak.
No, I feel you. 32, you were going to say something before I go to LDG?
I think Yellow was mentioning earlier about something that they were not showing that he wished that they showed. What was that again that you wish that they showed? About showing, I think it was maybe
Little
about who done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I would have liked to have seen that. I definitely like to have seen, maybe that could have convinced me of in terms of believability. But yeah, it just kind of happened with Hank Pym. It's just like, oh, he did it. I feel like if they had shown more to convince me, I feel like that would have helped. So I'm just saying I agree with you with showing us and not just telling us. I agree with you, Yellow.
And I can agree with you guys too, right? Because you don't have any clue of what is going on until that scene, right? When it's the Hope scene. And if you don't remember who the hell Hope is, it's like, oh, you do? How, LGs?
Yeah, of course. If you look at every way they died and you think about any superhero, his superhero power fits every single death.
I get
it's
it.
a stretch, and you have to think about it.
It does, but
if
it's
you
like it didn't come to that natural conclusion, though.
Right.
well, that's what I'm saying. If they would have done what Yellow wanted and did even the smallest clue in the beginning, it would have gave it away. All of us would have known, because we'd have known that's like, why are they showing us this? Right? They would have showed a newspaper with his death, or however they mentioned it. We would have caught it like that and known at the very beginning it's going to be him.
I disagree. There could have been a way to do it. I mean, it could have been
there
something
could have been.
as simple as a passing moment in a conversation.
I don't disagree with that.
And I'm not saying that
I don't give
Hope's
MCU
headstone a one shot. I'm saying like in a conversation.
The MCU enough
we
credit.
lost so many. They done it already. They did it super
Confident to
good
do that.
in WandaVision. So
no, they're too much. This is their track record.
And in
they don't want to
and
give us
in the Winter
shit
Soldier too,
until the end.
Like, which they also pulled.
What they
from.
do.
They pulled from a lot of movies in here, and it's. I guess I can understand why folks would be like, "This is the best what if ever," because they pulled from 17 different movies and told us a story based on that. But like, the first what if comic book is fucking what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? They become the Fantastic Five. That's pretty much it. Like that's the whole story. So all of these episodes have been a what if. It's not like it's the most ridiculous. It's not like I don't know, man. I guess it's just.
I had a clue. It was
This
Hank
episode
Pym
is really good. This episode is
what's
really
his
good.
name
That's what I
died
want
in
to
the-
focus on because I love that shit. But
I just want to say Poe sent a $2 super sticker. Thank you very much, Poe. Much appreciated. LDG, so what did you not like about this episode?
Again, in the beginning, I think there was just too much humor. That handcuff joke, just like the guy's like, "What? Oh, what? You're under your handcuff." Like that whole moment of tenseness. And she's like, "Really? You guys are all so serious?" Like they know what's going on. And then she like hands the handcuffs, and the guy's like, I mean, total slapstick or whatever you want to call it. I thought that was too much, but that's fine. It's all right. Whatever. It is whatever. I didn't like one thing, and I'll tell you that. And this just goes to show you how bad Endgame and Infinity Wars was.
Oh my
Because
god.
Hank Pym did what the fucking Thanos could not do with the goddamn Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh my
Okay?
god.
I mean, I fucking tell you, he killed all them motherfuckers with just being Ant-Man. Okay? He didn't need no Infinity Stone, no fucking Space Stone. I mean, all those stones gives you
Yeah,
the
you can
power
go, Chris.
of
You can
Ant-Man.
go, Chris.
But
You can go.
Thanos can't do shit.
You can go.
Lazy ass fuck.
So on your Onzo of Big Afford Entertainment or Chaos Central bingo card, we've crossed off WandaVision and Endgame. So I mean,
Yeah.
somebody by now with him has to have hit bingo. Please let us know who it is in the chat.
No, but dude, shoot.
Well,
When I was
next time they
looking
do
through
Endgame, all,
your-
they have to do is have T'Challa talk to
Thanos.
Yeah.
It would be all over.
right? Tell me about it.
Well, I mean-
and the last thing was,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry, the last thing was, this is the one episode where the shitty quality cell shading animation really shined. A lot of those zoomed in shots, you could literally see the texture artifacts. They didn't control their cell shading in this episode. It was completely noticeable and just took away from the experience. High quality cell shading should look so much better than this, especially when you're backed by $1 billion company. Okay.
I don't know. I thought it was fine.
Right?
I really thought
I'm
that's
with
useful.
On though. I actually like the animation on this. I actually like it. Like I said, I don't think
Yeah,
it's mind
I feel
blowing,
like-
but I like it.
Yeah, I feel like
no
you said
offense, guys.
artifacts
No
to like
offense.
trick people
But
into
when
thinking
you're
that you were
used
right.
to that, I'm telling you, you see some high quality cell shading, you'll take your words back.
How did you feel about
Trust me.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse's animation?
It was okay.
All right. Okay.
Better than this.
Gotcha. Yeah, but like a little bit, right? Yeah, you're out of your mind, bro. You talking about
Yeah.
I can't listen to this shit anymore.
Seeing that, yeah.
Next up, comics. What did you dislike about this episode? JJ said he didn't like one thing about it. Like, damn, JJ, really?
I felt
Weird.
it was a bit of a what if then, what if then, what if then, and we finally get to the what if. Because it's like, what if Hope Van Dyne was an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? What if she died? What if, Hank Pym went crazy as a result? And finally, what if the Avengers all died? That's like I said, it was close enough to a what if story, but I felt like there was a bunch of what ifs to finally get to it, because as Yellow pointed out, usually the what ifs are pretty simple. Usually it's like an event or something that changes. That's very simple. Like, what if Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four? On that, I think part of it, another issue, and this also plays into Coulson not being Coulson. He's very much out of character, but I think they're either trying to shoe in some Whedon jokes or Whedon humor, which I didn't think executed very well. Going back to what LDG brought up with the Black Widow and the handcuffs. So it was stuff like that. But overall, and I also agree with Yellow, is it's actually bad storytelling if you don't introduce all of your players in the episode.
Right. Mention in a conversation, it would have been good.
Yeah. They have to introduce everybody in the episode or in the movie or story or whatever, to kind of establish everything. Because you have to know ultimately who your protagonists and your antagonists are going to be. But at the same time, like you said, with the whodunit, you have to have all the players on the board so you can go and second guess who the murderer is.
You could have to have some kind of clues at least, so you could say, okay, maybe it's this one, maybe it's that, right? And when they don't give you any clues,
I think the issue is that, for being a 30-minute episode, it's a little bit more difficult to properly execute a good whodunit.
Yeah, right. I can agree with that 100%.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. Yeah, that's a very, very good example.
That's why I was saying, if I may real quick.
You add hope, you can have Hank show up in the beginning. Like, he can be a part of a conversation typically, and looking good, looking healthy, looking like he's been sleeping. And then later it's like, it was all fake. He wipes the makeup off or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But they could have done something.
I think for Scooby-Doo, it's a little bit easier to execute that because you don't know who all the players are, so to speak. You were introduced to them, but you don't know who they are or what their personalities are. You mean it would have been predictable? Yeah, it could potentially be predictable if they introduced Hank Pym.
But
like
I
said,
for kids, though.
That's what I'm saying. Any note that they would have done would have made it predictable. That's why I'm not calling this whodunit. It's not a whodunit. They didn't introduce a whole bunch of people, and then it's not like you're going to say, was it the Hulk? The only other person you thought it could have possibly been was the last one killed, Black Widow. That was the only other person that you could think possibly. You didn't suspect Iron Man. You didn't suspect Hulk. You didn't suspect what's his name?
Suspect Iron Man because he's already dead.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't your classic traditional whodunit setup. This wasn't a whodunit. They didn't have to give a clue about Hank Pym in the beginning because it wasn't a whodunit. It was their own little what if crazy shits. I don't know what you would call it. If there's a word for this type of plot development, but it was its own thing. And I think if they would have given a clue, any clue, they would have had to been so, what's the word? Like nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
Because if they would have put any kind of light on Hank Pym, we all would have guessed it. We're not that stupid.
That's fine. It would, at least by showing us, I feel like it would have made it more believable. I feel like if they show, once again, introducing your players in place, I feel like maybe it would have been more believable. I would have called that good execution. More
creative at that point with how
still believable. I think.
Right. Comment said they could have been creative in the way they
could have been creative. Yes.
More of a murder mystery. I mean, it doesn't hurt its believability. I mean, I still feel like that could have happened.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Just because they didn't tell us. I don't think it was. I think episode 1 and 2 is a lot more unbelievable than episode 3. I'll tell you that much right now. Shit.
Danny Graham, you are up next. Is there anything that you didn't like about the episode?
I don't know if I believe that a regular arrow could kill a god of thunder. I don't know about that.
He didn't have his powers at that time, right?
I thought he was supposed to be human at that point.
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah. We can't hear you, Chris.
Yeah, you're muted, Chris.
Sorry, he had to.
Because that was after he lost his powers, right?
Yeah, he had to prove his worth to reclaim his godhood or whatever.
Right.
So I didn't question that side of it. That's why whenever doesn't he get hit or punched or something or during that? I'm trying to remember the original scene
in the movie, right? Yeah.
He gets to the hammer, he can't lift it, and then they knock him out. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They come up behind him and go like, bam.
Right,
and I think they knock him out. So, I mean,
I didn't watch that movie a lot. I hated Thor.
I love it. But
I actually agree with Yellow on that. That first
Thor movies are
Thor,
the weakest.
they were.
And then the second one, Jesus.
Oh,
Hey,
dude.
hey, hey,
There
They
were
ruined a great
there were better
villain.
moments in the second one. I think they were better. Well,
Yes,
there were good
better
moments
moments.
in both of them, but
I like the one in Adventures in Babysitting. That was the best Thor.
Danny,
disagree
continue.
with you.
bingo.
How he killed the Hulk, I don't know if I buy that because the Hulk's supposed to be impervious to things outward. So wouldn't his blood cells be all supercharged and would be able to fight Hank
How did he
Pym
kill him?
from inside his
What
body?
exactly?
He's
He made his
Ant-Man.
heart
He
explode?
grew
Like
his
he just
heart
expanded
until he
or something.
exploded. Yeah,
Mhm.
infinite.
But I'm saying the same way
Stay Puft.
the Hulk is impervious to all kind of pain, his blood cells and his immune system got to be jacked up. So if they see something foreign in there, wouldn't they attack that with the same kind of power and shift that he does outwardly?
But
And if he's too small, if he's too small, he's evading detection. Ant-Man, some shit, man.
I'm with Danny on this one.
I'm saying,
I'm with Danny on this one.
I'm just saying, those
Like
two,
it or
I was
not.
like, okay. I don't think that Odin would have let his kid that. If he saw he was in danger of that, because Heimdall is always watching, I think Heimdall would have let Odin, hey man, Odin, hey, you might want to look at this, whatever. I just think that would have happened. But other than that, those two things I kind of like when I saw it, I like, I don't know. I don't know if Thor would get killed by a regular arrow. I don't know if the Hulk would get killed like Ant-Man expanded and blew him up from the inside out. I don't know. So those little things
No. I think you're missing it. He expanded the Hulk.
His heart. Only he shot the thing on his heart.
His whole body, starting with his heart.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's because his whole body expanded. But I'm gonna get into that when I come in. Chris, you're up next.
I don't disagree with the thought process that we had to have some inkling of that. Hank Pym should have been shown into it. I don't care how they did it.
Even just a mention of Hope dying.
Yeah. I mean, because it is kind of interesting that you don't even think of him in the episode until the end. It makes sense when you go back. It makes sense. It's just, it does work better if you have some inkling of him being around, as if he's a part of this story.
Because they
leaving
say
him out.
nanotech. They're like, they don't think it's nanotech, but like that's not really, that's not even what Pym does. So it's not like, it's a weird thing. It's just not good.
I mean, even some Easter egg on one of their computer screens when they're trying to go through stuff in his file, like in Furious Files or something, showing him as he's around. I mean, even that might have worked. But
just like we need a crew because this dude's been out of commission. He retired now. That would have been it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, anything that could have been like, because we got to reform the Avengers because, you know, for whatever reason, this guy's not around anymore. This lady's off world. Like there could have been that kind of a conversation, but like, you know, Ant-Man's gone, Captain Marvel's gone, so we need a new squad just in case. Like that's, and then you're done. Then you've set it all up.
Yeah, I feel you.
The Colston in this was a little off. Just. I mean, I don't know.
Y'all
it's
did
just
not like that shit, huh?
Well, he's off.
It was
I mean,
weird. It was weird.
He's kind of himself. Yeah. I mean, there's just the way that he was off.
Steve.
Okay,
Loki. Steve. I love Steve. Steve. I love 0704.
Yes. Right. His hair, his locks, his hair is so beautiful. Like really.
I wasn't sure if they're trying to make him gay or if it was just bad Whedon jokes.
I think it's
hard to tell.
Why you keep saying Whedon? This ain't got nothing to do with Whedon, man. Leave Whedon out of this.
Well, they were trying Whedon humor is the reason why I bring it up.
That's not. There's other people who've made that exact same.
Yeah, but he also directed the Avengers, so there is a connection.
And
they were trying, man. They were trying.
Look, I want to trash Whedon at every like possible instance, right? I hated everything that he did that came out about him recently, but like, this ain't got nothing to do with him, man. Stop saying his name.
Go ahead, Chris. Finish up.
So the whole ending was kind of a little I don't know, a little confusing. I understood it, but it was just confusing. Like, okay, so Loki takes over, and now Fury let it happen, but Fury's going after Cap.
Fury didn't have nobody to fight him.
Captain Marvel to fight him. Is that what it is? It just I was trying to figure out that side of it. I'm like, it's like
that was exact. You figured it out. That's exactly what happened.
That didn't feel right to me. I mean, I just don't think that's how it would have been. And
how would it?
I don't know. I just say it just didn't feel right to me. I mean, because
like 3 days later, he was at the what is it called?
The podium.
Place, United Nations.
Yeah,
and he was like, and he gave his speech that he gave in Germany. I don't know. I liked it. And there's a void. Anyways, who's gonna fill that void? Well, Loki.
I don't think there always has to be a void filled in these. They don't have to make something where it's like, oh, we can go and continue this story on and on and on. No, it's just an end is okay. You don't have to have a continuation.
It made sense too.
Well, here's
what was the question?
Wait, wait. Hold on. Hey,
what if Earth's mightiest heroes died? That was the question.
No, Loki let me ask you this: where in this, other than the 5 seconds that Pym is actually shown, where in this do we even need a big bad? We don't. There's no need for it. There's no need in this story for the big bad because this is a more minor, small, encompassed story. We don't need to keep going on. It's like those damn movies, like, and I hate using this one, but like Pearl Harbor. It's like, okay, we got to an end. Wait, what are we doing now? We're going to another part of it. Wait, now we're at an end. Wait, no, we're going to go to another. I mean, I love Alita Battle Angel, but it has like 12 endings. I hate that. It's like when it just keeps going and keeps going and say, here, we're going to give you more. We're going to give you more. We're going to give you more. I don't need more. End it. Be done with it. Done. Why did we need that? We didn't need that necessarily.
We had to answer the question: what if Earth's mightiest heroes died, or whatever the fuck that shit was?
Yeah,
we did.
What if the world lost its mightiest heroes?
We answered how. We answered how. We answered how they died. Then,
but the what if
the answer
Loki
to that question
over?
is that's the answer to that question.
Okay. No, I didn't need that. That seemed like a waste of time because there's nothing there to go. What are we doing? What are we doing with that? Nothing.
Well, I don't feel like they have to do anything with that. I mean, we're saying what happens when Earth's mightiest heroes fall to the show's defense. I will defend the show in that aspect. What was absolutely, and I think SSJ K-Dots mentioned that scene where Loki's at the standoff with Jackson, that humor over the phone. Dude, that humor was awful. Oh man, and I like a lot of MCU. I've even admitted that I love a good amount of jokes, but that was next level bad. I was like,
the phone's ringing. You can answer that.
Yeah, and Loki just knowing. I'm like, Loki, you're from Asgard and you're a frost giant from Jotunheim. You're not supposed to just magically know about phones all of a sudden.
He's been to Midgard before.
Well, he's been to Midgard, but you expect him to know about every little technology on Earth. He's an Asgardian. He's got to know about his culture, not Earth culture. But anyways, neither here nor there. That humor was absolutely terrible there. It was not funny at all.
I agree with that. I think
while Loki was fun to watch, what if name either. I mean, what if the mightiest humans fell? That wasn't the deciding factor. That wasn't the changing. That wasn't the thing. Isn't that what it's called? What if
they died?
World mightiest.
What if Earth lost the world's mightiest heroes?
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Yeah, that's not the what if. That's not the changing factor. It was what if freaking Hank Pym goes nuts.
Okay, no. So in the first episode, in the first comic issue of What If Spider-Man joins the Fantastic Four, they become the Fantastic Five. Sue Storm feels neglected, and then she falls in love with Namor and leaves. That's how that comic ends.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And to everybody saying this is true to what ifs are. The Earth's mightiest heroes die. We figured out it's Hank Pym. Stop him. Nobody's there to stop Loki. That's how the episode ends. I don't know. It feels like it's exactly what the what ifs have been. I think each of these episodes have been what ifs have been, but this one most, that's what it is.
No, I feel you 100%.
They answer the question that they asked in the beginning.
Did you finish, Chris? Sorry, Yellow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me know.
No. Did you finish saying what you had? Go ahead.
I don't know. Did I?
I don't think so. Go ahead. Finish up.
I'm just saying the Loki thing's a little much on this, and I guess the humor for Loki was a little off, and I don't know what it was. It wasn't like it was horrible. Just it was a little off. It's mostly little gripes. I mean, I think overall this was the episode that was most like a what if, and so.
Well, here's one for you. If Loki took over the world, that means he never defeated the TVA. So wouldn't the TVA would have stopped that timeline?
Oh my God, LDG.
He was never there to stop the TVA. What's up?
Not if it doesn't create a multiverse. Also, this is already in the multiverse, so the TVA is like they're like null and void at this point.
Right. This is
still, did you watch the last of Loki? It's still there. They're still beating just as hard.
Okay, so what I didn't like about this episode, I'm gonna go with the Incredible Hulk part, right? Because again, Incredible Hulk has a healing factor that rivals Wolverine, right? So even if they would have blown up his heart and blown him up, his cells would have regenerated. He would have formed back again. I seen a comic
How long would that have taken?
That I don't know. That I don't know.
It usually takes Wolverine a long time, and you're saying the Hulk rivals Wolverine, so it's like we're not sure which one's better. When they Wolverine apart, it takes them a long time to come back. So maybe all those little dust particles would have reformed, but
that's what I'm saying. I don't know how long it would take, but I know in the comic book there was a comic book where he got his skin like burnt completely off. He was bones, and then no, I know, but I'm just saying in the next episode he had his skin right in the next like panel he had a skin back, so his healing factor is really quick on that. Now the fact that he actually exploded, I don't know, but I'm just saying to me
he was atomized, bro. He was like,
but
he was turning to dust. Poof.
Right, but I still think that his healing factor, if one cell is around, he would have grew back or whatever. Like you said, I don't know how long it would take, but they actually have him dead in that. So that was my issue.
You don't know what happens after Loki takes over the UN. We don't know what.
No, I know that, but that's what I'm saying. But in this episode, they have him dead. Like they show at the end with all the
what
coffins,
happened was
and he's
all
dead.
the little cells turned into micro Hulks. So it's like the episode of Futurama with Bender. I got a whole bunch of microscopic Hulks just running around.
Yeah, I'd be fine with that too. You know what I mean? You get a bunch of Hulks running around. No, but at the end of the day, that really humor.
I've never seen. I've never seen the Hulk regenerate, so to speak. I know I've seen a really fast healing factor. I've never seen him like lose an arm or lose a leg or something.
He has
able to grow one.
He has.
Never seen that.
Yeah.
He absolutely has.
Dude, I've seen him fucked up hard, and he came back from it. I know what this guy's Anzo's talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
He's got like supreme regeneration.
Right.
I don't know if they exactly explained it. Like if there was a certain T cell or something that needed to. I don't remember. I have to look it up.
Right, and I don't
know somebody who's a super Hulk fan. I'll ask him.
And like I said, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's ways to kill the Hulk, right? I'm 100% sure ways there are to kill him. I'm just like, for me, I'm like, meh, you know what I mean? So,
that wasn't the way for you.
Just reverse it. Why didn't he just shrink him to an atom? That's it. All you gotta do.
Not bad. Not bad, LDG. That would have actually been smart. But if I put him in a little jar,
I would like that better. Yeah, because then you remove the whole regeneration off the table completely.
He get strong as fuck when they shrink him. The Hulk would be more dangerous because
I mean like
see him.
Infinitely shrunk, like what they did in the movie, where he's just like so small it doesn't matter.
like subatomic.
Yeah, we're not talking like miniature. We're talking like
sure.
Atomic.
No, I completely understand you. Other than that,
he's gone. So
right, he's dead, and like I said, I'm not really fond of that part. But some of the humor didn't hit with me either. I didn't find it really that funny. I was like, man, okay, whatever.
It wasn't as childish as the last episode, though.
Yeah, I know it wasn't.
Cha-cha.
I know you didn't like the cha-cha part, right? I get that, but it was okay. Like again, it was the humor.
They played fucking like Price is Right music while they were doing the heist montage. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What is happening? Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, so for me, it's those few things in it.
Are you Star-Lord? Let me blow you right now. the fuck up, man.
You
I'm
didn't
not
like
the only one who saw that.
no.
that
Last
was
week, a
funny.
lot of people hated that shit. A lot of people hated that shit last week.
I would have
Like,
loved
did
it
not
better.
know
if
You know,
it
I had a
actually was
conversation with
Batista.
T'Challa, so my whole life just completely changed from one conversation. He was great. Shut the fuck up, man.
but let's
Really good though. When he walked past that Wakanda jet and the thing lit up and he went and he saw his pops, I will never stop looking for you out there. Really good stuff. Really good stuff happened in that episode.
You
Most
mean
of
that
the shit was
necklace you didn't
garbage.
have in the beginning of the episode?
I don't know
No,
if he
he
had it or not, but
No, he
yeah, I
didn't.
mean,
I wonder.
really?
he might have.
He
He
didn't
Yeah,
could
have
have
it.
been wearing
I
it
don't
around
think
his
he
waist.
had it.
necklace?
I
Thought
didn't
he
think
did.
he did.
No, he did not. I actually went
He
back
was
and
wearing-
checked.
he was wearing it
Somebody
around- it was
pointed
a
out
belt.
he did not have it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because he was
Um,
little.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
They
check
should,
that out.
they should have
'Cause-
established that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
he definitely didn't have it.
Wow, I'm gonna
I
check
thought
that out
the
because I
necklace
never
was
even
kind of
noticed
like
that.
Checking it right now.
The
Go ahead,
necklace
Danny.
looked like the thing that Shuri gave him that makes his suit comes out.
Right?
Is that
yeah,
not what it was?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
I
That
thought
was
that's
exactly
what it looked like to me.
That wasn't what it was.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean,
that
but that's
wasn't
what it was.
but that's what it looked like.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying.
what it. You're right, right,
Yeah.
right. Because that's how it looked in the movie, right, where the suit came out of. It looked like that. I know that's
Mhm.
not what it was in this one, but that's the same kind of thing. But yeah, I had no idea that he didn't have it at the beginning of the
Yeah.
episode. And if that's the case, then yeah, that where did he get it from all of a sudden, right? So
Plot
I
hole.
completely
Plot hole.
understand that.
Plot
Yeah.
hole.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right here. I got it. You want to see it?
Yeah, sure. Put
What
it
do you
up.
mean? You're gonna show that when he's a kid he doesn't have it?
Yep. This is
The only part
after
of
he's
that-
abducted. This is on the spaceship.
But the only problem
Love
is
necklace.
that he is wearing that shirt that it could be underneath.
You can see
it. That's
right
the
through
only
his skin.
thing.
If you zoom in,
I
you can
call
see
bullshit on that.
right
Every-
down.
I
his-
know
Well,
that's
I'm
being
just-
introduced, but
I don't think it's
you have
there.
to
I don't
establish
think
it.
it's there. But yes, I agree. The
Yeah, it should be
establishment
there,
of it
yeah.
would be there.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree
If
with you
you-
guys.
But
Mhm.
where's the shot of him running through the field? Pull that up, and because
Yep.
he could be wearing it around his waist.
I didn't see
See,
it.
his
there.
dad's
Deuce
wearing
has
it.
it.
The
The
only
dad-
thing
the dad
is
is
that
wearing
you could make the argument for that Yondu grabbed it somehow.
Mm.
But for the most part, they should have established that he had it.
Mhm.
Yeah, he has
Yeah,
not.
he
Yeah,
doesn't
he
have
has
it.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
you're
That's
right.
another miss right there.
Yeah.
Attention
Another
to detail.
great quality check there, Disney. Would you like another $1 billion to fuck up another story?
Oh shit! You guys just giving LDG more fucking fuel.
What $1 billion story did they fuck up?
All of them.
Endgame.
Ah,
Endgame.
shit.
They fucked up Endgame. You
Of
know
course,
that. Yeah. They
Of
fucked
Of
up
course, of
Endgame.
course. I don't know what I was thinking.
Piece
I
of
don't know what I was
shit.
thinking. Of course.
We should have
I
sued
should've
the
seen it
fuck
coming.
for refunds out of that piece of shit.
So we will get into our
Netflix.
final thoughts. Go ahead, Danny. What are you gonna say?
I said I'm gonna look on Netflix tonight and see any LDG productions.
Yeah, we'll probably get.
You know what? I tell you this right now.
Endgame cut.
If by chance I win the fucking lottery or I get super rich and I actually make a fucking movie like that, you guaranteed your ass is going to have a red
You
carpet
guaranteed your ass.
entrance, front row seat with free popcorn, bitch.
I like it.
LDG. If
Yeah,
you go
Danny,
back,
you'll be
go
there
back
with the
on-
other
Yeah, I
10
love you.
No,
people.
listen. If you go back and look on the channels, whenever I make a mistake, I am man enough to say I made a mistake. So if you do have an LG movie, whatever, I will say that I was right and you were wrong, or vice versa. You were right and I was wrong. I have no problem doing that. But until that day, I'm going to continue to give my little jabs at you. So I'm ready to see an AG production. Until then, you can shut the fuck up.
I'm waiting for the LDG cut. I really am. Next up, we're going to get into our final thoughts or grades. And if you guys want to give predictions, you can do so. Chris Knight, what you got?
I'll give it a B, B or B plus, but it was definitely it needed to happen. This needed to happen for this show because if it continued to go the way the first two went, man, I don't see. I wouldn't see it going any farther. I still haven't been able to confirm or find anything that says that any of these are connected. It seems like perhaps they might be, but I'm not sure how they're going to go about doing that. So as far as predictions right now, I don't. I just hope that they follow it up with something similar to this. I know that I've seen some of the layouts for some of the ones coming up. The zombie one, I really do like that idea. Like the alternative Avengers has some merit, maybe. I think I saw one where Spider-Man's supposed to be the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah,
that might be interesting. So they got some stories out there that I've read about that should be pretty good. I just hope they continue with it, because this was a breath of fresh air compared to the first two, which I just couldn't. I watched them because I knew I was going to be on here. Basically, I would never, if I had known about those and I didn't have any reason to watch them, I would not have watched them. This one was the first one that I believe was watchable. So
understandable, no problem. You gave it a B, right?
Yes.
All right. One thing I will say about the being connected, I know there's one episode where Doctor Strange and T'Challa are together, so I want to see how they do that, right? Like the Star-Lord T'Challa, so I want to see how they do that. Maybe we'll get some information there, how the universes are connected, if they are. But right now, the way it's looking to me, it's like they're just one-off episodes. That's how it looks to me. Danny, what do you think?
I give this movie this episode of A. I thought it was done very well. I liked it. Really don't care if nobody else didn't like it. I agree with what Yellow said. I would have given it an A+ had it done what he said about introducing the bad guy and doing the Scooby-Doo kind of thing. I think that would have made it, in my mind, an A+. But I like the what ifs. The what ifs, they're not supposed to be like this completely crazy story. It doesn't have to be. It could be one little thing, this minute change. What if? And that's what they're doing. So some people want stuff to be all this canon stuff and got to make sense on this kind of stuff. That is your prerogative. On my side of on the line, I like it. I'm not going down any rabbit holes. I'm not going to the hospital. I'm not getting sick. I'm not doing that kind of crazy stuff. I'm watching it. I'm enjoying it for what it is. And at the end of the day, it's A for me. I like it.
Danny's sly with his little jabs there, eh? Danny is sly. Yeah. I ain't going to the hospital, right?
I'm worried. I took my shot today. I'm 51 today, my birthday. So
today's your birthday, Danny?
Birthday, King.
Oh shit! Happy birthday, bro!
Yeah, happy birthday.
Merry birthmas.
Happy birthday, man.
How am I only finding that out now? Happy birthday, bro! She would have had some for you and everything, like balloons and shit. Yeah.
So if you just got your shot, man, have fun tomorrow.
No problem.
The first one isn't an issue. It's the second one.
Oh, you just got your first one?
I'm drinking
nothing. A couple headaches.
Yeah. I'm drinking water and orange juice.
You might grow some hair. That's it.
Yeah, I shave, bro, every day. Because I'm too cheap to pay for a haircut, man. Haircut like near $30 now. Fuck that. I'm not paying $30 for a haircut.
Yeah, it's $30 here for me, you know. So, comics. What's your grade and anything else?
Like I said, it was a competent piece of storytelling. It did knock my socks off. I'd give it a solid B-.
Nice.
I don't have any predictions because I have not been paying attention to anything going on with this series, so I have no idea.
Yes.
Look at that. He's like, yeah.
That is awesome. That is awesome. That's awesome.
Man. Come on. I'm gonna praise him when they actually do something right.
Should be an F. No, I'm just saying, you be on the F train, bro. So I'm happy, man.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the first two episodes I gave Fs.
The first two episodes you gave Fs, right?
Oh shit!
LDG, you were up.
How can you give Chadwick Boseman, man, send off an F?
I was sad that was Chadwick Boseman's send off, dude. I saw that episode. I was like, I can't believe this is the last thing he did.
God.
Yeah.
I think because he died, like a lot of people are saying, because he died, they made it like tribute to T'Challa. You know what I mean? Perfect. He was like
that
perfect.
Would imply that they knew he died, but obviously they recorded it first.
Yeah,
good point.
There's no way they changed that shit.
Yeah,
good point.
I think just because he was in there, that's the last time. Maybe not the last time, but this is the last series you're gonna hear him in. That alone gonna give at least a C. I
honestly think that a more interesting story would be what if he saved his father.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's the story I want.
Because that would actually impact the MCU quite a bit.
I agree. I agree. That would
because he would not have become the Black Panther.
And Chris made a good point,
Well,
right?
he would have become the Black Panther.
Sorry,
just
His
not.
father wasn't going to be
maybe
the
not
one running
then.
around doing stuff.
Not right there.
Yeah, not right at that moment, but yeah, because it's because of his
But
father. Why?
let me ask a question. When his
Sure.
He
father,
already had the
when
juice.
his father
Though. Like,
got
he
killed
went after him
at-
immediately after.
when his father got killed at UN, he already
he already had
Yeah.
the juice.
I want to
He already was on the. He was already on.
he already
the
had the heart-shaped herb.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he
the
did.
daddy
Yeah,
was
he-
not.
No, I think
The
he was
father
already Black
Herb.
Panther by then.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it would make sense, right? Because
Okay.
Right.
right after that, he gets the suit and then he's fighting. So it's not like unless he went back to the Wakanda, took the herb, and
Well,
then
I
came
thought
back
when-
to the
I
States.
thought when
Yeah,
you
they
got
really didn't
Black-
establish it, but I don't think it really matters for that kind of context.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lunga's
I
in the
thought
house.
when
What
you
up,
were Black
Lunga?
Panther, you were
Hey,
automatically king.
sorry. We just
That's what I
got
was
back,
thinking.
so I'm on my phone here.
No problem. Thank you for popping in.
Just wanted to jump in at least and say something. First thing I want to say out the bat, LDG is always wrong, so don't worry about it. It's okay. He hates everything, so that's not a problem.
Speaking of hating,
This was no hate, just honesty. There's a difference. But this
Honesty.
episode
Sometimes hate is
really for me.
honesty.
It was great. It was great. It was a great episode. I love seeing all the possibilities. There were some little issues. I still can't understand why Thor just got killed by an arrow that easily.
He was
Maybe
human.
he was
he
depowered.
didn't have his powers.
Thank
Depowered.
That was
Yeah, like
after
I
he
said,
lost
maybe
his
he was
powers.
depowered. Right. So maybe that's the
Yeah.
reason, but it just seemed, I don't know. But yeah, I guess that makes sense.
You-
But
you-
the little things are just nitpicks. They're not bad enough for me to kill the episode.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought it was really great. Well put together. I even liked the humor. I'm sorry. The whole Steve, I love Steve was great. That was freaking hilarious.
That was god awful.
That was
Didn't
hilarious.
Didn't it say
Yeah.
it smelled like
No, he's
Jasmine.
saying that about
Jasmine.
about
Jasmine.
It smells like jasmine.
Lilac. It was lilac. Was it jasmine?
No.
One of the two.
I say it smells like
I think
lilac.
It was
Oh,
lilac.
whatever.
Yeah.
Was it lilac? I thought it was jasmine. Okay.
No,
I didn't know.
lavender.
That
It was
wasn't
lavender.
That wasn't,
Lavender.
wasn't cool.
There we go. I think it was lavender.
give a
It was
shit.
L. Yeah.
I don't give a shit what no man smell like. Who the fuck care what a man
Hey,
smell
smelling
like?
a dead corpse. It's like seriously.
Nice. Some
Hey,
men
hey,
like
Mike.
smelling good.
I love lavender. I have lavender scented garbage
I'm
bags. I
sorry.
have
I'm
lavender
sorry.
scented,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I
air
take that
freshener.
back. I take that back, LDG. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't. Let me make it more specific. I don't give a fuck what another man smell like. Okay.
There you go.
I could. Oh, well, another man. But you love the smell of yourself, though.
Well, yeah, of
I
course.
said I don't give a
Okay.
fuck what another man smell like. I do not. Don't care.
Lunga, do you want to give your positives, negatives before we get to the rest of it?
Yeah. I mean, the positives. I thought it was the quickness at how they. I mean, we always talk about the state. The quickness at how they killed these heroes so freaking quick, and so definitively. I thought was great. They just they didn't even waste any time, man. It's boom, 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 dead. That's it. Let's go with it. Right now, I was actually thinking, I'm like, this feels like an Ant-Man deal with the way things were small, the bullet going into Hulk and the injection. I'm like, it just feels like Ant-Man. Now, for some reason, I was thinking it wasn't going to be Hank Pym. I thought it was going to be
Scott Lang.
Scott Lang. So the Hank Pym thing kind of threw me, but it was a happy threw me. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, this is cool. The only thing I wish is they didn't really. I don't think they needed to, but I don't think they explained the Hope Van Dyne thing. It just kind of was thrown.
They didn't,
It was
and they
just kinda-
did need to.
Yeah, it was just kind of thrown in there, really quick.
Who shot the bullet, by the way?
No one shot the bullet. He jumped through the. Wait, which bullet?
Yeah,
No,
which
I
book?
thought he was in
that
the
hit
bullet.
the
Wasn't he?
Hulk.
yeah, the one that hit
That
the
was
Hulk.
him. That was him. He flew into.
That wasn't a
the
bullet. That was him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, everything about it was just cool, and seeing Hank Pym losing it, and the way the artwork, the way they drew it, his face, you could see the mania. He was just
Yeah.
gone. You know what I mean? And so that was
They just
great.
put dark
And
circles around his eyes.
that's
Pretty
all you
simple.
need. That's all you need.
That's it.
And okay. Should we?
Chef's
You want to
kiss.
keep going? Okay. It wasn't
Chef's
just dark
kiss.
circles. His eyes were also very wide. His hair was very disheveled. His beard was not trimmed. It was just crazy. There was a lot of things going on there. Okay, a lot of things to make him look nuts. But yeah, I mean, it was just very, very well put together for me. And even the humor, like I said, the T'Challa episode, I was annoyed with the humor; it just didn't fall. But in this one, I thought they were timed well, and the humor fell well. So it was yeah, all that stuff was just great. I loved it all.
Absolutely. Were there any your negatives real quick?
Yeah, I think you guys mentioned a couple of them. Like the Hulk thing, I know people are kind of debating it. Like, and I know it changes depending on what you look at, what comic book, it is different. But a lot of the times what I've seen with the Hulk is like bullets, like if someone shoots Bruce Banner, he doesn't even get a chance to get hit because the moment it touches his skin, the Hulk emerges, so it doesn't even get a chance to penetrate him.
Mm-hmm.
But
So I
only
put
thing
a
I'm
gun in
thinking
my
is,
mouth, and the other guy spit a bullet out.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yo, Marky killed that shit in
Right.
Joss Whedon's movie.
The only thing I could think of was the fact that Hank Pym was so small and he entered on the subatomic level. He couldn't. The body couldn't even have reacted.
Mhm.
Maybe that's a good reason to explain it. But that just seemed kind of weird. The Hope Van Dyne thing to me, I think, was the biggest negative. It's like you threw that in as a plot device, and it was like literally
No
no
explanation.
right.
Throw it in the beginning. That's
right.
where
Just
it
a little
should've gone.
shot. Just show her dying. That's it.
Not even.
Yeah.
No, that's too obvious. Just
Too
mention
obvious?
it in a conversation.
Or show
Along
her
with
grave.
a bunch of other reasons why you're recruiting the Avengers, right? Well, Hope's gone. You feel what I'm saying? Captain Marvel's off world.
Right.
Ant-Man,
right.
like he's old. Like you could have, they could have just, I don't know. There was a way.
Yeah, just shown something. That I think was the biggest negative. But the episode itself was so great that even that's what took 1 point off, but it still kept it at a 9 out of 10 for me. It was
Hey,
so good.
Oswald, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know how people always say that Marvel be stealing DCU stuff. You think the DCU fanboy is going to say that because in Apocalypse War they kill all the superheroes except like Batman and Superman.
Marvel's always stealing DC stuff because I'm a DC fanboy, just Dan.
Okay.
Yeah, but they steal each other's stuff, though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's a back and forth thing.
Yeah,
DC
it
really
is the originator of everything. Thanos
Not a
is dark side-
Spider-Man.
Thanos is a dark side ripoff. Come on.
It may be, but I know.
No, not maybe. Legitimately, Kirby literally he came.
Well, I can tell
He
you
left
this.
DC, went to Marvel,
Based on
and just
what I see,
recreated
I
it over
think-
there.
I think Kevin Feige is going to make Icarus look better than Superman based on what I've seen.
It may be.
Oh, you talking about that dude? He's the Icarus is the
Eternals.
guy with the eye beams and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit looks
Yeah.
great. That shit looks fucking great.
So you might,
No, I
you
like
might
Henry
see
Cavill
exactly
Superman.
what
I like
Superman
it, but that
supposed to
shit
be.
great.
Because that shit that look kind of hot more than that damn
That shit, it look
trailer.
good. It look good.
Oh, you saying Marvel's like, okay, you guys fucked up Superman, so we're gonna do it better. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
I'm just saying that a lot of
That's what
people
he's
there's
saying.
a lot of controversy with the Man of Steel, which I think is awesome. So I think that you're gonna see Icarus do Superman like things, and I think they may do it better than whoever did Man of Steel 2.
I think the only controversy with the Man of Steel is people don't read comic books.
People don't what?
Read
I
comic
agree with you on
books.
that, bro. I agree with you, bro. Man of Steel 2 is fire. I don't know why I get these negative reviews it does. I'm ready for Man of Steel 2. So, but the first Man of Steel was awesome. But I'm with you. I don't know why people don't like it. Shit was fire to me.
I mean, it has its issues, right? But
Yeah.
at
I
the
mean,
end of
but
the day,
all
it's still.
everything,
I liked
everything.
I liked the movie, but it's not Superman.
It's not Superman, and the parents gave the worst advice ever. Not even up for debate.
The parents giving the worst advice, yes, but he is Superman. Sorry.
Ugh, no.
He was becoming
He was
Superman.
miserable, mopey. I don't even care if that's becoming. Even when he was a kid,
Batman.
he was not mopey. He was Batman. A lot of the characters acted like Batman. It was
Oh no, he was not
Gotham
even
City
like
setting,
Batman.
Buffer
Right there is
Metropolis.
where I have to push back. Number one, Bruce Banner or Bruce
Go
Wayne,
ahead.
never mopey, angry, very
Angry and
angry,
mopey.
not mopey.
Yeah, he
Completely
bruised.
He
different.
bruised a
He
lot.
bruised.
He bruised a
Yeah.
lot, but it was not mopey.
That can be.
I'm calling him mopey. I'll double down.
It feels
I'll
mopey.
double
It
down
feels
on
mopey.
that.
Whatever word you got to say to make you right, that's fine.
It feels.
That's how
mopey.
it works.
That's how he crumbles.
Yes, so it go. LDG didn't get your grade. Predictions, final thoughts.
Yeah, no. B. I'll give it a B.
Oh, I can't
Um,
believe it.
all right.
I cannot believe it.
All right.
I'll take
All
that.
right.
Best
I'll take that
episode
shit
yet.
too.
I mean, yeah.
That's
I mean-
it. That's it. The world's over. It's ending, guys.
Yeah,
It's game over, man.
real.
It's game over.
Prometheus
You know,
lives.
I think, and this is funny too, because I'm starting to see and none of you mentioned it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
But
go
I'm
ahead.
not going to mention it. But I have a feeling. I think I know where all of this is going. I'm seeing a continuity pattern to each ending episode so far. So I'm gonna wait an episode or two to confirm it. But I think I see where all this is going.
You don't.
Yeah, that's right.
You don't want to give one of them little predictions. You don't want to give a prediction right now that I can clip out and hit you with it.
I'm gonna sit on it. What I'm gonna do? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna write it down on a piece of paper. Right. That way, I have it already written down. That way, when I
write it down,
I bring it out, and I show you what I wrote down. All right.
Yes. Write it down now. Tonight, I want to come into your back room tomorrow and say, "This is what I wrote down." You don't have to show me, but just show me that you wrote something down. I'll be like, "Okay, good." You know.
LDG just destroyed my phone. Literally, my headphones got hooked on the drawer when the moment I was saying that, and it flew out of my hand, hit the ground. Luckily, the screen didn't break.
It's Ant-Man. He's coming for you. Run!
Yeah. He knocked it out of my hand just like he knocked Clint's arrow out.
LDG has that effect. Trust me. Yellow. Grades, predictions, final thoughts.
Yo, great. I really liked it, man. I had a lot of fun. Although I have a big issue with the way they spun the narrative there without introducing the bad guy at some point in the first two acts. Like, you kind of, that's you fuck up the murder mystery that way. But aside from that, the episode was a lot of fun, bro. Like, Black Widow was beating all them dudes up. I just love that scene so much. She was busting them down, fam. Like, I really enjoyed it. I like the surprise of Tony dying. You know what I'm saying? I like how they killed everybody. I like the Thor scene. I really liked it a lot, man. I really liked a lot of Hank Pym, like Lunga was saying, man. Looks fucking amazing. I love the fact that he went crazy. That's a Hank Pym thing. That's a thing that he does. He goes nuts, right? That's why he had to stop being Ant-Man, because the shit makes him crazy. And then he's also unbalanced to begin with, right? So it's I love a lot of the stuff that they did there. The artwork obviously is great. Animation. I think the pacing is real good, man. Get in and get out. Get me right to the shit that you need me to know. Keep the energy up. You feel what I'm saying? Keep me into, and they handled the intrigue really well too. Although they didn't introduce who they were supposed to introduce in the beginning, they handled the intrigue well enough that kept me interested. I needed to know what was happening. And then the reveal, I had to put it together myself, but the reveal was still dope. Yeah, I gave it an 8, man. I gave it an 8. Strong, really good. Everybody should go check it out. 8 out of 10. They just, they dropped the ball on the you got to introduce the bad guy. The story is the most important thing here. You got to introduce the bad guy. And I like Loki taking over at the end, because that's the question that they asked in the beginning.
Absolutely. I completely understand. 32. What's your grade, predictions, final thoughts?
I'm gonna go with a D+ going into it. I probably would have given it an F, but I'll say some of your guys' thoughts maybe bring it up a little bit, and I truly mean that. I would go D+. Cool. No, I'm serious. So you guys got me to bump it up a little bit, so I was slightly influenced. I think it would work to the show's advantage to be non-continuity. I think you can have more fun in the sandbox. I say fuck it. I don't see why the show needs to be continuity, so it doesn't. I don't see why they have to stress it, because the idea of what if works. So, I mean, hey, they can do whatever they want. It's their money. It's their time. Mm-hmm. But I think it would play the show's advantage to just say, screw it. I mean, for a show like this, if you're the movies or the live shows, I say, yeah, continuity. But for this show, the what if concept fits perfectly right at home with non-continuity. So go nuts, go all the way with it, do all the wild things that you can't do with continuity. That said, I actually do love potty humor, and I know I have my opinions on Ragnarok, but I actually appreciated a lot of the potty humor and childish humor Ragnarok. I feel like this one just didn't do that good. Also, not being woke doesn't automatically make things good as well. It also, maybe not helped having the show be enough at the beginning, coming off of another show that I truly loved. I was just finishing watching Primal recently from Genndy Tartakovsky. That was utterly fantastic. And I also finished halfway finished My Hero Academia. I mean, these are things that are just vastly.
My Hero Academia is fantastic.
These are vastly better. Yes, are they different? Yes, they're all types of difference, but it's just we want to compare those. There's just much better things to watch out there. So maybe if this was the only thing I've watched all 3, maybe I would have given it an 8 out of 10, maybe a B-. But after following these things, it just seems that much of a lesser product. And once again, with the Hank Pym stuff, maybe I could have believed it more if there was introducing the character more. Yes, he's crazy. Yes, he is out of control. That's part of Hank Pym's personality. I am wholeheartedly aware of that. But also because he's so emotionally unstable, I just don't see him keeping it all together to get the job done. And of course, Hulk and Thor. Yes, I know Thor is human, but he's still a god. Like, I'm still not with the deaths. But that said, I might watch more because, I still feel like it has potential to be enjoyable. I'm not going to just say, oh, okay, well, fuck everything. I also have a slightly optimistic output going forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you might as well enjoy it now before Netflix buys them out and fucks them all up.
You think, Netflix, where'd that come from?
Oh,
yeah, that's not happening.
Be careful. Be careful. They might put Black Widow in sweatpants and a turtleneck, and LDG is going to have nothing to look at.
Yeah, you never know.
I'll say thick, bro. It's coming through the sweatpants.
and I'll say this, Danny. There always has to be one with the D, right? There always has to be one. But it's okay. It's okay. That's what we do over here. We want different opinions. Lunga, final thoughts. I know you gave it a 9 out of 10, which is about an A. So final thoughts, predictions, whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said last time, the other episodes, it's hard to predict anything because this is kind of just going all over the place. So it is not the kind of show for predictions for me personally, at least. But as I said, it's going to take literally just episode by episode, see where it goes. And they are still, even though we know there's going to be some ties, it's still kind of a, isolated episodes the way they do them. They still they're self-contained in a way. So, and like Yellow said, it's true. And one thing we got to keep missing is, when we get aside the nitpicks and this and that, they have, like it or not, at the end of the episode, answer the question they asked at the beginning. So they are doing that, and that's what the point of that is. So that's good. I never understood, like you were just saying over here just now about comparing, My Hero Academia. Oh, great shows, obviously. But I never understood that, how comparing it to other things. Oh, there's better things out there to watch. It's like, you kidding me? We're all sitting at home watching this shit 24 hours a day on these streaming services. Like, we're like running out of time. We're watching it. I mean, we're going to watch it regardless. I like to rather grade it on its own merit rather than comparing it to other things, because you can always find something better.
Comparable to. Yeah, it's not. I don't think What If is comparable to My Hero Academia. That's the biggest problem for me with that comparison. There, it's just they're made for different audiences. My Hero Academia is not made for babies. What If is made for children. Like 7. Why 7? My Hero Academia absolutely is not made for 7-year-olds in any way. So
never seen it.
I know child properties. I know child properties I still enjoy more than this episode.
Yeah.
It's called Bluey.
That's what I'm saying. Compare it to something
It's called Bluey, and that's far more enjoyable.
I don't know what that is.
I'm saying, if I'm out there watching dramas and I compare everything to The Godfather, nothing's ever going to hold a candle. That's the point I'm trying to make. It's like,
that's fair.
For me, I'm gonna give it an A, like Danny did. I thought it was a good episode. I'm looking forward to see what's going on. I will agree with 32 on one point is I'll wait until I see it end, right? But at this point, if they're just one-offs, I am fine with that. Like, if these episodes are just one-offs and they're not connected to anything,
supposed to be one-offs though. That's what If is.
Right, exactly. But it looks like they're trying to get this Guardians of the Multiverse thing going, and unless I see how they connect it and how we get to that, right now I'm like, if they just do these one-off stories, I am 100% sure with that. I don't think they actually need to connect them, but if they do, I want to see it done in a way that makes sense. That's all I'm saying.
When you said that Doctor Strange is standing next to Star-Lord T'Challa, that's how they're gonna. Doctor Strange is gonna go pick folks up
from around the multiverse
to take on somebody. Right? I'm guessing the Ultron Vision, but I don't know. We'll see.
He's also, remember, there's supposed to be an episode where he's taking on himself. So
he fights the evil. Yeah, he fights the evil Doctor Strange. Right.
I'd like to see that. Actually, that sounds cool.
He's going to get friends.
I think that's next episode.
That actually sounds like a concept I'd be very intrigued to see. I want to forward. Play off of what Anzo said when he mentioned the Guardians of the Multiverse. I mean, I will say too, I don't know what his name is on my left. Does this sound like a response to DC's Legends of Tomorrow? Because it sounds like Marvel's trying to do their version of Legends of Tomorrow.
Wow. As a DC fan, while I enjoyed some stuff in DC tomorrow, specifically, the first season, there's now.
Yeah.
I really do not like that show. It's just
Well,
too
it kind of
goofy
fell
for me.
apart.
I'm not
Way too
asking
I'll still watch it.
all about whether you like or not. It's
What?
more of the whole guarding of time and all. Does this not feel like a similar concept as all?
Well, again, but
A
these
little
were
bit.
things that were in the comic books. You had the TVA in Marvel,
Yeah,
and you
of
had the
course.
Time Authority in DC. So
Yeah.
there were things that they both had already. So I don't think they're trying. I don't think Feige or people who are putting this together were looking at a CW show as a model. Let's just put it that way.
We say that now, but who knows?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Okay, cool.
Because you got to remember now, the multiverse eliminates the effect of time travel. Because even if you changed something in your timeline, there's still an infinite amount of timelines that are branching from that point. You're not actually changing anything. You can't. See what I'm saying? It's a multiverse. Even he says every decision is a million decisions in the beginning of the episode.
Change for you? If it changes for
it
you,
only changes for that person that you're traveling. But all you're doing, you're not changing anything. All you're doing is taking an exit off the highway,
right? And
to another highway.
To another. Sure, but that's how the time travel thing has
Into
always
another-
kind of worked, right? Like that's
but there's no
always been a part of it.
timeline.
The problem with that theory
where
is
they're cutting
if you
branches
go
or
to
anything.
exit and go to another highway, that other highway creates a completely duplicate city to the one you were in. That's the difference.
The highway already existed, though. All you're doing is getting off. You're not creating a branch. Well, you might be able. It depends, but technically, the way they said it,
sure,
everything
but it's
is
a whole
already
other
branched
reality
out.
with
It's already
Danny,
time already
Danny,
exists.
Danny, we're on the same page.
Yeah,
that's what they said.
Yeah. Anyway,
They were very clear
all right, so,
about the
all right, so I'll give a clue. No one said it. I'll give a clue. The Eternals.
So as far as What If is concerned, I think that they're definitely connected. I think that this episode showed us that there will be the Doctor Strange runs around and picks everybody up. Like they're not connected in the sense that like one's going to lead into the other, but he's going to go collect somebody to fight something. That's what I think this episode confirmed for me.
Well, he has an infinite amount of people to choose from. But I don't know, because I think that whole what happened to Ego could be a thing. I'm sorry, with the Celestials and all that stuff. So maybe we see something come from that.
So you think
Because right
something
now-
from Eternals is going to tie into these episodes?
Something. I think this is going to have some tie to the Eternals, maybe.
No, I don't think there is.
Now the Eternals is actually pretty clear cut. We already see what's happening. There's a celestial seed inside the earth, and it's awaking. That's what the emergence is about, and that's what's causing all the disruption. And
But that's just
fight it.
one, though.
Just one. What celestial? I mean, it's a celestial. What? I mean, you
There's
need two.
millions of them. There's a whole bunch of Celestials. It's
Sure.
not just on Earth.
Sure. Yeah. Great. If I'm getting run over in the middle of the street and it's a big semi that I know is going to kill me, do you think I care? There's like millions of semis in the world. No.
So wait, so what are you saying then? You're saying that another
I have
celestial
no
will show
clue
up in
what I'm
What If?
saying. All I'm saying
Oh.
is that I think that if I knew what I was saying, I would say it already been
I
out.
appreciate
I'm
it.
just saying now
I appreciate
what
it,
I'm
Kendall.
saying is that
You
this
just
might
got
be linked
throwing words.
somehow
Loud noises.
to an Eternals thing.
Panties.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
Chandelier.
Celestial.
I mean,
I swear
it
to
beats
God.
Mr. Doctor Strange
Mr.
freaking
Bean.
wannabe collecting get along gang.
James Bond.
Chris,
Turn it into an episode of Mask.
we got
Let's
our
get this person.
we got our
I don't
LDG
know.
clip. We got our LDG clip. I have no idea what I'm talking about. We have our LDG.
There we go.
I am clipping that shit.
Question on that though is did anybody have any doubts on that before that was said?
I know
Not
for a
really.
fact,
Just-
but I have
it's
no
just
clue
the
what I'm
fact he
talking about.
finally said
Okay,
it.
Right.
just remember that.
and clip that part too. The fact that he says, "I know that I
It's
have
not
no
that I
clue."
don't know. It's that I know that I don't know what I'm talking about.
I always try to understand
Clip.
first. So that's the thing.
Absolutely, and he don't understand nothing, but it's okay. He just admitted it. We're gonna clip that.
Double
We
negative
got
there,
you.
boss.
We got you.
Have you ever been around, a little kid who hasn't learned to read or write yet, and they're scribbling and they're drawing little symbols on a piece of paper, and it's just all a bunch of squiggly squoos? Don't spend too much time trying to translate it. Just accept it for the squiggly squoos that they are.
Oh, that's so nice. Look at what you gave me.
Yeah, and then you
We're gonna
turn the
take
paper
that.
around,
We're
and
gonna
then you
take
turn the
that,
paper
we're gonna
around,
put it
and it
on
says
the
equals MC
refrigerator.
square.
Oh my
What?
God.
That's right.
We're gonna put it on the refrigerator and look at that. Oh, gold star.
Oh shit, that's hilarious. So we're gonna get it closing up, guys. I'm gonna have you guys talk about your channels one last time before we go. We're gonna go around the other way. So I'm gonna start off with Lunga. Talk to the people, sir. Glad you made it.
Oh, but yeah, thank you for like I said, I'm sorry I wasn't here earlier.
Don't worry about
emergency grocery shopping happened. She informed me, so I had to go do that. But yeah, no, Great Council, guys. It's over there on YouTube. Great Council with an E. Tuesday through Friday, me and Yellow over here. We do our midday mashup over there at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern time. We also do our Council 6 channel, which is actually on Twitch. Council 6 D&D on Tuesday evenings. And we do all this good shit. And there's some other stuff coming up too, guys. There's gonna be a blog site coming soon for all this nerdy stuff. We'll be talking about that soon.
Yep, it's gonna be great. Next up, 32. Talk to the people one last time, sir.
Hello, chat. I have Toxic Tuesday. This Tuesday night, we will be talking about the Sylvester Stallone flick Cobra. Should be fun. Should be absolutely glorious. Yeah, it's gonna be freaking delightful. I cannot wait. I got a few boxings I'm going to do, some metal figures, and also the new Iron Maiden for any metalheads in the chat. And I've got a pizzeria place in Chicago I'm going to try. That's me good for a video as well. So check that out.
Are you in the Chicago area? Or
yes, sir. I'm in Chicago. Oh, no shit. What town? I'm in Woodstock.
Woodstock. Oh, okay. I remember. I used to be in Belvedere for like a year.
Oh no shit!
Oh yeah, that was back in 2000. No, I grew up in the South Side, Burbank, but now I'm in.
Oh, were you? Okay, I was at Pilsen at one point, and I missed my tamales out that way. The tamale guy was a legend. He has his own restaurant now, by the way. If you ever remember.
All right. Now we're way too deep into Chicago lore, man.
Right. Listen, the East Coasters are jealous. We know they have shitty pizza.
You was already talking about you listed neighborhoods. You was like, I'm from Pilgrim. I'm from Pilgrim Road. I'm from Vignetas. Like you listed off neighborhoods and shit. I'm let them enjoy themselves. Now, the tamale guy is out of business. Isn't that bad news? Fuck out of here. This is not Chicago 1.
No, he upgraded to a restaurant now. He has his own restaurant now. He went from the car to a building.
Listen, New York, I understand. You guys have one type of food. You have bad pizza and falafel. I get it. Chicago's a foodie town. Okay, Chicago's a foodie town.
New York,
there's a lot of good food here. A lot of restaurants, a lot of diversity with food. So we're blessed that way.
It's true.
Next up, Yellow Does It. Talk to the people, sir.
Yo, y'all know where to find me at, man. Yellow Does It.
LDG. If he's there. All right, there he is. LDG.
Same here, guys. What's going on? LDG of Geeks Enjoy. Free the net, guys. Time for a true public platform. Hit me up. Watch parties, community streams, free tech support. Nerdrotica.com. Love you. Thanks for having me. And the only thing I can't stand from Chicago is the pizza. Besides that, I love it.
And you're always wrong. We know you're wrong. You don't have to keep proving it.
Go ahead, Chris.
I take New York pizza any day over Chicago pizza.
Somebody who lives in Florida that moved from New York, a decent pizza city. How is it somebody in Florida even has a say on pizza anymore? You gave up.
Decent.
You gave up your pizza opinion.
I was 12 years old.
From New York.
Hey, Mom and Dad, what are you doing? We're going to Florida.
The man has
Thank you very much. You guys can go. I'll stay here, no problem.
Your mom and dad. You tell your mom and dad, I'm not moving from this place. No.
I tried. You know what that got me?
Didn't try.
Running a long way to catch up to the freaking car.
Don't worry, Danny.
Chris. Listen, he's obviously, even though he wasn't born there, he obviously belongs in Florida. So
I know. Tell me about it.
Okay, it's serendipity.
Got a problem with
I gotta tell you where this belongs. I hope you have room for it.
Hey, you know what? That's funny. That's funny. I have one of those too.
Comics, you're up. Talk to the people.
Hi, I'm Comics Division. You can follow me on YouTube and Twitter. Next.
Danny Graham.
I'm Danny A.K. Comic Chat, Monday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on the Chaotic Conversation. Next night on Oswald's channels, Chaos List. Next night on Chris channels, Rule of Three. And of course, on Sunday nights here on the Roundtable. Outstanding show, fellas. Glad to be a part of it.
Thank you very much. Chris Knight.
Real Review 3000, TRR3K. I love it. Better. That's a better job there, LDG. That really helps you. Hello, I'm Kermit the Frog. Anyways, just follow me over there. We're on everything. And then check out Chaos Central, guys. Make sure you sub to Chaos Central and check out chaoscentral.com, please. Thank you, guys.
Is this man messing with puppets? Don't make me bring out my real puppet, because I have a puppet, bro. Okay, I have Jeff. Don't make me bring out Jeff.
Bring out Jeff. It's all good. You guys know the channel, Big Afford Entertainment. I do appreciate everybody that came into the chat, that watched out the show. I appreciate everybody that actually came onto the panel. Much respect to have you guys, man. And what I'm gonna say is, next up, I'm gonna be doing the boxing match. Logan Paul versus Tyrone Woodley. There will be a link for you guys to watch the fight. I will also have a panel that will be discussing it while we do it. So hopefully you guys will check that out. But other than that, man, I do appreciate everyone that came on once again. It was a great show. Thank you very much. And until next week, we will see you guys later.
Goodbye.
Peace.
Inevitable.
What
All
the
right.
hell?
Okay then. There's nothing to see here, folks. Move on. Just watch the outro. Watch the outro.
Inevitable. Follow me and ponder the question, what if?